We play against Monaco. For us, Monaco is one of the best teams in the league, and we expect them in the semi-final, to be honest. We will try to play better than in the second round when we lost one game 5-0. So we will try to have a little revenge against them and to try to reach in the final.
Win this competition again, because we are already two-time champion. We have to beat Roma. We know that it's a very difficult opponent. They did a great league, but we know that if we defend well and if we play our game in attack, we can score a lot. In defense, have a great level, and I think we can win this game and go on final.
Well, semi-final 2, Harry. You've had at least a minute to recover from that absolute barnstormer. Now we go again. Can it possibly, surely not, be as good as that one? Surely not as much drama.
You say that, but this is a real battle of eFootballing royalty here. I mean, Roxa and Kepa came so close in the E-Euros last summer, with Serbia falling at the final hurdle. They would hate for that to be the case here again. And Monaco, they're again looking for the three-peat. They're looking to be 3-time champions of this league, which they have dominated throughout their entire tenure here, whether it be 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, doesn't matter. They just have a history of winning. But I just don't know. I mean, after that other semi-final, I've got no idea what's going to happen. I'm just going to sit back, relax, and enjoy the goals, because there's going to be plenty.
Well, maybe they might be 29, which is how old Roxa is today. That would be quite an achievement. Happy birthday to him. I'm sure the only birthday present he would like today is a route to the eFootball.Pro IQONIQ knockout stage finals. And they might just get there, but to do that, they have to get past this electric AS Monaco team. And it is Monaco who start on the front foot in the all-white, kicking from right to left. And a first real chance of the match. And it's that man who usually turns everything to gold. Kills you, on this occasion, saved.
Saved indeed. Great save, though, at the near post by Roxa. Shifting the keeper across just to make sure that one doesn't creep in. Corner still to come, but good start by Monaco.
Corner blocked at the near post by Venom. In again. Headed up and only as far as kills you again. Finally, AS Roma managed to smuggle it away. Of course, the ramifications of this semi-final could see an all-Italian affair in the final if Roma are to get there. And this is the
dynamic, isn't
first real chance of the match for them.
Really interesting dynamic. I know you and I both want to see a Monaco-Juventus final purely based on the fact they are the two teams which have the highest goal-scoring record in the league, and of course, 5 world titles across the two, just in 1 versus 1 play alone. But Roma are handy themselves. They play very unorthodox. You'll see a lot of long balls from the back, and they make people defend with their backs facing their own goals a lot of the time. So it can be very, very difficult to see what's going on behind you, and that's when the runners get in and really slice up the back line. We'll see that a lot from Roma, but for now it's been mostly Monaco.
It has indeed, and it's a chance here for us. Maccabil, he turns provider to Lotfi. Lotfi tries to feed, kills you, fired away.
Smart there from Lotfi. Some people might be saying, oh, go for goal, but instead, here come Roma.
Here's the chance for Roma. We know they're direct, and every time they get the ball, they seem to employ that through the middle, often long ball over the top, and it tends to work more than it doesn't. And interestingly, on the bottom left of your screen, you can see all three of them for AS Roma, almost with a gold shimmer. Maybe they've borrowed your white balance for today, Harry, looking to turn their fortunes gold to win the final. You never know.
It's called a tan. Why don't you look it up?
As, of course, the ball gets played up towards a penalty spot, but fired away. For anyone who doesn't understand that little jovial interaction between me and Harry there, it was something that happened prior to today. He's sorted it out now, but when he was doing his camera, etc., he looked a little bit strange at times due to the colour situation. But he looks nice and beautiful now, so that's all that matters for the screen.
Thanks. I was waiting for that compliment to come through.
There you go. AS Roma looking to compliment themselves with a goal, but on this occasion, no can do, says AS Monaco. A lot of ASs being knocked around. I may shorten that to Roma and Monaco halfway through. You never know. A lot of words today. But,
they've got a 50% chance of getting it right. So, I mean, there is that, I suppose.
I could just say AS and people will know that I am right with at least whoever's got the ball is an AS. You never know. So 32 minutes gone. We've digressed quite a lot because it's been a little bit of a stalemate so far, Harry.
Has indeed. Just thought maybe there would be a chance for Monaco. But there's been kind of half chances, just threatening to come to the boil on both ends of the pitch, but largely uneventful here in the first half of the first game, which allows us to just, regroup after that incredible semi-final one, which if you missed, I mean, go back and watch it. Incredible. Juventus besting Schalke. Juventus, of course, waiting for the winner of this in the grand final to be played later on, and of course Schalke waiting in the third place match as well. But so far these two teams' styles just seem to be cancelling each other out. Roma in possession currently.
Certainly going toe-to-toe here, AS Roma with AS Monaco. And they forced a free kick.
Look out for Roxa taking this one.
Very dangerous position. Yeah, he's scored already this season from a dead ball situation. And as we mentioned, it is his birthday. But he's given it to Kepa, who's been in great goal-scoring form of his own. The shot goes straight into the wall. But they keep the territory. I've been mightily impressed with Roma so far. They've played on the front foot for the majority of the opening 45 minutes.
Yeah, nice idea there on the cross from Venom. Seen it a few times for club and country that Roxa likes to take those free kicks early and surprise the opposition, but it was Kepa over the free kick. Really came to nothing, but yeah, so far it's kind of almost what I'd feared between these two clubs, cancelling each other out as that strike bounces off the woodwork. Probably the closest chance of the game so far, and it came from about 30 yards out.
I think it was Venom who pulled the trigger, but they're in again with Kepa, and somehow it's gone the wrong side of the post. And two huge opportunities for Roma have come and gone, and somehow Monaco have survived here. What an effort from Venom.
How Kepa hasn't tucked that one home. I mean, he was the second best goal scorer in the league, and look at this now.
Surely not. Down the other end. Calm as you like. Captain fantastic. Usmakabil. They should be behind. They now find themselves in front.
Now that's a soccer punch. That really is. Well done to Monaco, keeping alive and keeping alert after that near miss up the other end from Kepa. But look at this run in from behind from Usmakabil. It's vintage. Just took his time to pick his spots, and it's... I mean, when you put the three-time world champion in a position such as that, he's never going to make a meal of this. He's never going to second-guess himself. He's just going to find exactly where the ball needs to go. And those are the fine margins. Hopefully it's a goal that sets this semi-final alight, as it's now 1-0 Monaco.
Last kick of the first half. We've seen some injury time goals today, that's for sure. None more important than Etorito's in the first semi-final, but in different circumstances, that may prove to be just as influential in the outcome of this match, Harry, because they were under the cosh for large periods of that first half and pretty lucky to find themselves in front.
Yeah, they were, and I think that's something you have to take confidence from if you're Roma. Of course, remember, you can watch all of the action on the club's personal channels, of course. If you're joining us there, welcome. And you can take part in all the viewing campaigns as well. Just check the description to make sure you're earning all the rewards you can. But I think Roma need to make sure that they hold on to the belief that they can score. They showed in the first half, they came close numerous times. There's confirmation of the 3-time world champion opening the scoring here. But Roma need to keep their heads up.
And the heads up they have as the shot coming in from birthday boy Roxa is pushed wide of the target. As you said, confirmation of Maccabi's third goal of the day alone. Really finding form at the right time. And yeah, the prediction campaign runs all the way through till 6 o'clock CET time. So, I mean, if I was a betting man at this point, I'd probably say either Juventus, Roma or Monaco, Harry, I would pick.
You think?
So, yeah, you could get a little heads up on the people who have made predictions right at the start of the day. Remember, 100 eFootball points just for taking part and 1,000 for a correct prediction. We've seen, of course, some huge clubs crash out of the eFootball.Pro IQONIQ League, not only in the regular season, the likes of Bayern Munich, Manchester United, Galatasaray, Celtic, but then in the knockout stages as well, we've seen some huge titans fall. Arsenal, Schalke, of course, we will be seeing Schalke later on in the 3rd and 4th place playoff, the chance for a 3rd and almost a bronze medal, you could say. Would be a pretty decent achievement for any of these teams. Roma looking to turn this game around, but of course even a 1-goal deficit won't be too disheartening for them going into a second game. They're more than capable of causing problems, as we've seen already today.
Yeah, of course, worth remembering if you're watching at home or even if you're out there on the pitch that this will be 2 games of PES. The aggregate score across the 2 games will decide who will advance. If we're tied after that, just like we saw in semi-final number 1, we'll go to that 5-minute extra time game. Super short, super fast paced, and if you're tied at the end of that, then we go straight to penalties. That's a long way away.
Something we haven't seen today.
No, I'm a bit disappointed about that. Yeah, I mean, we saw Lotfi's penalty earlier, but that was saved by Dominator in our second match of the day. But I want to see more penalties. They're quite difficult.
Maybe they're keeping you waiting till the final.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, we were possibly 20 in-game seconds away from penalties in the last semi-final. Yeah, not quite had the same pizzazz this semi-final. 2 teams that are looking very solid at this moment in time.
Well, I mean, a tough act to follow, isn't it, when you've had just such a thriller of a semi-final before it, as the ball threatens to maybe fall to a Roma foot in the Monaco box. But you're just seeing maybe 2 styles here cancelling each other out. And again, you look at the intangibles, you look at the world champion titles that Maccabi has to his name. Maybe that's the difference at this point in time. Such a high-pressure scenario. We've seen, obviously, Roxa and Kepa before go on deep runs in tournaments. But this is a completely different kettle of fish here.
68 minutes gone here. Roma 0, Monaco 1. Goal from Asmakabil in the first half, right on the stroke of half-time in the last minute of added on. Very calm and composed left foot finish into the bottom corner it was. And so far, AS Roma have failed to respond. Are we seeing a different AS Monaco approach here, Harry, based on the opponents they're up against? Quite happy to pretty much concede possession most of the time?
Yeah, I think it's a difficult one to call, really, because we're so used to seeing Roma have such penetration with those long balls. We've only seen it once so far this first game. And I wonder whether or not that is just so much to Monaco, you know, being happy to attack on the break themselves, because we haven't seen the defensive frailties from Monaco that we might have seen from them in the regular season. This might be a chance, though, for a counter for Roma. We'll see how they get on.
Good block there coming in. Now out towards his right-hand side. This is better from Roma as they look to find that penetration. But again, a solid white wall stands between them and an equalising goal. Is it going to be a moment of magic or a mistake which allows them in here? Well, the referee has given a free kick here. Again, it's another very, very tasty position. We've seen Roxa, we've seen Kepa already score dead ball situations like this so far this season. Are we due to see another moment of magic? It's going to be Venom. He's played it short. It's Roxa. It's Kepa. It's deflected up and over the top.
Huge block.
Probably the closest they've come.
Huge block here from Ismakabil. If he doesn't block this, the goalkeeper has a real hard time getting to that one, I think. Could be goal saving that as we open up to the final 5 in-game minutes here.
It's another corner. And if they were to grab an equaliser, you couldn't say it wasn't deserved. It's been a very, very tight game. Almost the polar opposite of the first semi-final, which was chances aplenty. This one's been very, very tight and cagey. Diawara into Chris Smalling. Pokes it forward, looking for Oshishari. A chance for Pedro, but just goes all the way through to the goalkeeper. Again, just can't quite make that killer final pass, but that's a really poor pass, that from Usmakabil. And he's given it away again here. Great block from Venom. It ricochets around the edge of the penalty area. And nobody in a Roma shirt can get the shot away. Last minute of added on time. Can they grab an equaliser right at the death? It's going to be a throw. Remember, we have a second game still to play. So it's not the end of the world to lose this first game by just the 1 goal. It's just a 1-goal advantage that AS Monaco will have. But to go in level would be great. They certainly don't want to concede a second right at the end of the game. And they haven't. And it's AS Roma 0, AS Monaco 1. The goal by Volland on the stroke of half-time, which separates the two teams. And now we have a second game where it's pretty much as you were, Harry. There's not too much to say. A 1 goal isn't a huge advantage at this stage.
It's not. And the more the pressure ramps up here in this pressure cooker of a semi-final, the more you'll see Roma's play style start to come into effect as the panic and the chaos sets in at the back of Monaco. But they've done the job in game 1, have the reigning champions, the back-to-back reigning champions. And they are one step, they have 1 foot in the final, although it's more like a pinky toe at this moment in time with just the 1 goal, the difference between the two. But the closer we get towards full time in this next game is where we're going to start to see the chaos. I fully expect to see a bit more of an open game. I think nerves and the kind of tense nature of both clubs will still be evident. But I feel like, again, you're kind of creating an element of chaos if you're Roma that is going to confuse the defenders of Monaco. And if they're not all on the same page defensively, they could very much capitalise. They've been doing it to teams all season. We'll see what they can do with a fresh set of players. And this Maccabi goal is the difference between the two clubs after the first game.
Remember, if you've missed the proceedings so far today, we have had a star-studded affair. Monaco dispatching of Arsenal. And Juventus, of course, with the bye. AS Roma with the bye. And Juventus treating us to a feast of goal action against Schalke in the first of the semi-finals today. Schalke, of course, winning their quarter-final against Barcelona. And the season as a whole has been one that's been up and down for all teams involved. It was pretty much up until the last day when most of the teams found out whether they'd be in contention today. And that was great to see, wasn't it, Harry? So many
really
teams
was.
Up or there or thereabouts. Very, very difficult to predict.
So fun. As a neutral, probably not fun if you're a fan of any of the teams that didn't make it into the knockouts, but Arsenal and Schalke able to sneak in on the final day. Their tournaments are both done. Arsenal bested by Monaco in the quarter-final. As we just saw, Schalke in the semi-final have fallen. We'll see them again in the third-place playoff. But this next game is going to be so crucial, and it might come back to what you were saying earlier about the fact that Monaco had that quarter-final game. They've already hit the ground running. They've gotten their feet wet in the knockout stages so far. Roma was sitting kind of cold. It's all well and good playing practice matches and this and that, but it's a completely different environment here in tournament play. Monaco have already experienced that today, and they take the lead going into the second game. We'll see if it makes a difference.
Yep, confirmation that the checks have been made, and we are good to continue with the second game. Everyone happy with how the first game went. And AS Roma have it all to do. They have to turn this game around. They're more than capable of scoring 2+ in a game. But as we've said time and time again, to stop this Monegasque outfit is a very, very difficult feat. And that is something they will have to try and do as well. In 1 goal down already.
It is. A bit of shallow analysis for you. Impressive displays of facial hair from both sides. All 6 players out there.
That's exactly why you paid the big bucks.
Rocking the facial hair. Must admit, it kills you at the moment, letting the side down really, but hey, there's still time for that bad boy to grow in. And when you're scoring...
He is the youngest of the contingent, as far as I'm aware. It just, I believe he's around 18, so got many years left to grow.
When you're scoring 21 goals in a season, you can have as much or as little facial hair as you like, because you'll be earning big money here in the eFootball.Pro IQONIQ. And, well, what do you do here if you're Roma? Do you maybe change something? I don't think so. I think this is too delicately poised at this point. I think maybe you...
I mean, they look blunt, don't get me wrong, in that first game, but as we've seen, it just takes one little moment and then they're all level. So if they were to concede, obviously that would change things. I think they would then have to go and change, going 2-0 down on aggregate. I think go the first half as is.
Yeah, exactly right. And I think you're right in saying if you go 2 down, that's when maybe the alarm bells start to ring. But what it takes is a moment of magic. Roma have conjured up plenty of those so far this season. It's one of the main reasons they entered today as a top 2 seed and had the bye into the semi-finals. But yeah, it's so delicately poised that any kind of sort of twist from the game plan might just be fatal. You don't want indecision to be fatal here, to quote Jim Beglin, of course, in the in-game commentary, but you certainly don't want to be deterring from your immediate game plan, because that's what's got you here so far. It's what got you a top 2 seed, and it's a reason you're here playing for this next game in the semi-final with a chance at making the grand final your main goal here.
Yep, I have to say I concur. Remember, if you are a fan of AS Roma or AS Monaco, get over to the official channels and make your presence known with your support so that the players and other fans can see it. You are the 12th person. You could technically say the 4th person in this setup, maybe.
I'd go
That make more sense, possibly. We'll go with the 4th person.
I agree, the 4th man or woman.
And wasn't it lovely earlier, Harry, to hear some of the spokespeople from the respective clubs as well cheering on their players?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, so many people are invested in this competition, whether it be us as commentators, the staff who put on these competitions, the referees, the writers for the website, or any of the kind of backroom staff for any of the eFootball.Pro IQONIQ clubs. We're all so invested, and especially when we're in the studio, we get to know each other so well. And there'll be obviously players cheering on their friends that didn't make it into the knockout stages. I saw Ostrowicz from Manchester United earlier on tweeting about, what an incredible semi-final it was between Juventus and Schalke. So everyone's so invested in the league, and when it comes down to fine margins such as these, everyone's paying attention, everyone's waiting just for this semi-final game 2 to kick off. I believe they all got into the lobby, and then Uzmakabil disconnected, so we had to restart the lobby, which is why we have a bit of an extended delay here. But make no bones about it, only 1 goal separates these 2 clubs at this moment in time. We know Roma are capable of mounting a comeback, and the more the clock ticks down, the more nervy it gets for both Monaco, who would be holding a lead, and Roma, who would be chasing it if things stay the same entering the second half. So expect plenty of chaos and plenty of mistakes at the back.
Indeed. I have to say as well, the professionalism all round has been something that's been so incredible to be a part of so far this season, with the tough situation that we all find ourselves in, the fact that we can get this show on the road every single match day and from all around the world as well. And the professionalism of the players, the clubs, Konami, of course, and the production team. I would say yourself, Harry, but sometimes you let yourself down a little bit with your poor humour. But other than that, you're not a bad chap. We are underway, of course, in this second game, AS Monaco versus AS Roma. It is Monaco that have the advantage after that 1 goal in the first game. But there's no away goals or anything, so a simple goal for Roma would put them back completely level. Going forwards, are we destined to see another 5-minute playoff match and possible penalties this time as the offside flag is raised? Or are we going to see one of these 2 teams walk away with it in normal time? It would be quite the comeback if that was AS Roma. But if Monaco were able to get an early goal, it may just make things just that little bit easier for them, and they have the chance here. Chance to pull it back towards Uzmakabil. And boy, has the captain found his touch at the crucial time. 4th goal today, and everything he's doing right now is absolutely majestic.
Well, so many players in this league in Kilzu's position here would just go for goal. Watch the young man's vision here. Receives it. Most people would go for goal. Sees, I think it's Roxa coming across to cover the shot. Instead, pulls it back to Uzmakabil, who continues his run and has the higher percentage opportunity to score. Wonderful. Makes it 2-0 now to Monaco. and we could be set up for our dream final of Monaco versus Juventus. We're neutrals, of course, but the two highest scoring clubs in the league meeting in the final would be one heck of a contest indeed.
It would. There's a long way to go, though, as confirmation comes in of Walid Rashid's goal. It's Maccabi, of course. But just 10 game minutes gone. Still got a long way to go. But if they were to score again, it would be curtains, you feel. Somehow the goalkeeper makes a save. And AS Monaco need to wake up a little bit because they've been pretty sluggish in this second game after a very good first game.
I mean, they've barely had a touch of the ball, have they? It's been all one-way traffic. And I say it constantly when clubs match up in this league. You've got to remind your opponents that you're in this game, because right now Monaco are just pulling the strings. They're doing whatever they like, and you can't let them do that here. That's a good interception from Roxa to start things off.
How will Roma respond in this second half of the first half of the second game? I think I got that correct. As Chris Smalling comes across and fires the ball away. Chance for AS Monaco again, but good clearance this time from the Italians. Still, I probably wouldn't push the panic button just yet, being so early, but we did say going 2-0 down, they would possibly have to change something. It's not even a case of the scoreline necessarily. They've looked void of ideas, haven't they, Harry, in the final third?
I have. I was just thinking that. No need to push the panic button just yet. It's more a case of just trying to stop this period of dominance so far from Monaco.
It's dropped back towards the edge of the area. It's Maccabi again and kills you. Just couldn't quite turn it home. It looked very, very ominous indeed when it fell to him on his left foot here. It's a great save in the end. In towards the near post. Veratu gets the flick on. Chance here for Volland. Drops to the edge of the area. Still, they press, looking for this crucial next goal. And somehow, it's dropped the wrong side of the post for them.
Wow, it was almost turned into his own net there. Be happy to see that one just go out for a corner.
Absolute carnage all over the place. Half an hour gone here in the first half of the second game. As Maccabi plays it in towards the near post. Free kick awarded to be taken by Lotfi. Fired across. Oh, it's ricocheted right the way through to the back post. And good challenge in the end from Venom. Could have gone absolutely anywhere. He's done very well to get out of that tight situation. Kepa down the left-hand side. Venom again. Finds Roxa. It's not been a great birthday for him so far today in this competition, of course. I'm not sure what happened earlier today for him. He may have had a lovely one. You never know. Birthday cakes all round.
Well, celebrations on hold for now because as things stand, I mean, Roma just have not turned up to this semi-final at all, have they? This first half of the second game has just been Monaco camped in their own box.
It's hard to work out whether
Roma's
it's
box, that is.
It's hard to work out whether it's Roma's doing, Harry, or whether it's simply because Monaco have been that good as the ball is put into the back of the net, but he is offside just. Oh.
It's just a glimpse of exactly how Roma like to attack there. Numerous times we've seen them use that move where they've been onside, but throughout the season, here in the semi-finals, Roma seem pretty much alert to it. Just a reminder for them to keep using that offside trap to prevent those types of counters from Roma. But yeah, it's been difficult to see them find a way back into this semi-final, but stranger things have happened.
Indeed, they have. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. 2-0 to AS Monaco on aggregate. 1-0, of course, in the first game. A game that probably Roma shaded, you'd have to say, on the balance of play, but were unlucky to lose that one. But this second game has been a completely different story. They've more than justified their 1-0 advantage in this game, Monaco. Can Roma sniff a chance right at the end of the first half? And the answer to that is emphatically no.
You could see there are responses in the player cam. The reactions were just so wasteful. They've been given another throw in here. Watch out for the man in the box running towards the goalkeeper. He might be a man to watch out for here, but yeah, it's just been lacklustre all round from Roma so far.
Surely the last attack of the first half, and well, it's as you were for Monaco. Still 1 foot in the final, and you'd have to say on the balance of play, Harry, it doesn't look like changing.
It doesn't, no. I'm surprised to see Roma here not change things on the game plan. You're 2-0 down on aggregate. You've only got a half a PES left to play. You haven't had a shot yet in this second semi-final game. It's really difficult to see them find 2 goals out of nowhere. Surprised to see them not maybe push the panic button now, but hey, they have the kickoff and they come forward.
Two minutes into the second half, AS Monaco 2-0 to the good on aggregate against AS Monaco. The winner of this will be joining Juventus in the grand final of the eFootball.Pro IQONIQ. Harry, take us away.
Well, there's Maccabeal there on the far side. Might compound the misery here for Roma. He's won the ball back as well in the area. Cleared away by Roxa. Not the first time he's had defending to do today. But where is the attack here from Roma? Great interception from Kills-You. Clash of heads maybe, but instead Roma come forward and Roxa can't use his strength well enough to get into the box there. At what point do Roma make the switch? They have bodies on the bench, of course. But what changes are to be made here to the game plan?
You want to stay? Who wants out? No, I want to play with that 2 MF because that I put.
2 MF, okay. One first match, we have to win this.
Yeah, let's go.
You heard it from Venom himself. They have to win this. Otherwise, they face a 2-0 defeat so far in this semi-final. So Jovetic brought on for Monaco. But all eyes are on AS Roma here. As they haven't really had anything of note in the attacking phase of the game so far. Will that change in the last half an hour? Look at that through ball from Ismail to Kills-You. Through 1-1, has Lotfi in support. Stood him up well, did Kepa. Great defensive work, and now Monaco look a little flustered at the back. Venom looking for Kepa, cleared by Kills-You. This is the period of the game where I thought maybe things might start to turn around for Roma as the pressure mounts. Who will be the benefactors? Roxa can maybe swing one in here. Just lacked that sense of urgency once more on that far side, and time is very much ticking down now. Especially with Kills-You running down the far side with Jovetic, who's fresh on the pitch, plenty of stamina to play with. Oh, and Diatta can maybe get through there for Kills-You. But Roma need to find 2 goals in 20 in-game minutes. Where do they come from, though? Through ball to Kills-You. Wrestled off by Venom, but judged to have been unfair by the Italian. And now a chance maybe to book Roma's place in the third place playoff, and more importantly Monaco's place in the final against Juventus.
"76 minutes gone here. Still AS Monaco lead by the 1-0 in this game, 2-0 on aggregate. And this has been, if they can see it out, a really professional performance from them against a very, very tricky Roma team on their day. And Harry, we are edging ever closer to our all-star studied final. Was it ever in doubt? Surely with the Schalke game.
With the Schalke game, yes. Not with the Roma game, though. As Lotfi tries to put one over the wall towards a teammate, but a bit of miscommunication. We've just never seen Roma pull the pin on this game. Where was the urgency for them? Did they know they were in a semi-final here? They just never seem to wake up.
Good challenge from Roma. It's do or die, quite simply. They need 2 goals and they need it within 10 minutes. 10 in-game minutes. You feel that the next time they get the ball, they have to score. Question is, how soon can they get the ball? Because Monaco, oh, that's a naughty one. The referee's played advantage, though. And Monaco might be very thankful because they could wrap this game up. It's Kills-You, plays it across the face. Oh, I'm wondering whether the initial pass was the wrong option, but they've still got it in the danger area. Recycled possession and finally cleared away. The pass up to the right-hand side, Harry, looked like it might have been the better option.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, though, for Monaco. Doesn't matter because that entire passage of play has taken so much time off the clock, time that Roma needed to get a goal back. And that free kick has just summed up Roma's day.
Well, yeah, you are right. It's eating up the allotted time. And they've got another free kick. And you're seeing right now the reason why AS Monaco, right the way through the season, were predicted as one of, if not the favourites to go all the way. Because they're such a cool customer. When many teams, including Juventus, who were in the who went through from the other semi-final, floundered to get through. They have gone. They're looking like they're going to go through with absolute ease. And it's finished here. Monaco 1, Roma 0, 2-0 on aggregate. And it was never in doubt, quite frankly, as soon as Monaco took the lead.
Yeah, we played terrible defense.
I thought we were chasing them. During the first.
Not quite the case of what might have been like Schalke. They just didn't simply turn up today, did they, Harry?
Unfortunately for any Roma fans watching, no, they did not. And it's a shame. I mean, credit to Monaco. They're making the run. They've dispatched of Arsenal. They've now dispatched of this second-seeded AS Roma. And funnily enough, Adam, it's the final that you and I both predicted. Juventus versus Monaco. Ready to